Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the SolidWorks Advanced Modeling Assembly and Motion tutorial. What we will be doing today is learning some of the advanced features, exploring like linear pattern, circular pattern, plane, shell and loft. These are certain advanced features which I want you to focus on. And assembly mode, in the assembly mode we will focus on mates, how to pattern the components, and then we will touch on the motion study on how we can make our model move. So there is a video recording of this session, so if you want to go back and check out anything which you have missed, you can always look back at the video. I'm using SolidWorks 2015 here. Before starting, what we want to make sure is what is there in our mind that we want to build, or what we want to share. It is very important to know your model before. So what I have in my mind from your project, so for example, if I'm trying to build something like this, okay, you can sketch it out on a paper. And this looks like a robot to me, which has two wheels and an arm which is working for something. And then there is a cutting fan for flying or for cutting. It depends on the purpose. So you have to have something in your mind before you start sketching or building your model, so you can get an idea on how many components shall I draw. Here I have a wheel for sure, I have a base on which everything is attached, I have a fan, and then I have an arm which is doing a purpose for a robot. We have no idea at this point what is it used for. I'm taking this as an example so you can benefit from how we are modeling or start to think about our design, because having your model in the back of your mind is very important when you start modeling. Okay, so first thing is you have to have a brief idea of or a sketch of what you are building, and then you can start about it. Okay, here you go. The first thing which I want to build here is a base plate, which is uh, which is the one on which everything is attached on. So what I will go here, okay, when you're building an assembly, the first and most essential thing is you have to go to your desktop and create a new folder. On this new folder you have to write practice robot assembly. So anything you want to save, it should save in one folder, because the assembly is going to pick files from one location. So here I have built my folder in the desktop. Then I go to my SolidWorks, and then I have put the new button. Here I will click on path and click OK, which will take me to the SolidWorks window. Now I am making the first thing on which the whole thing will establish, or everything will attach together. The tiles will attach to something called base. So this base is just a simple square. Let's say I'll model it on top plane, click on sketch, and here in the center of my top plane I'm going to make a square by using the square command from here. Click on the square command. Try to use origin and keep everything in the center. That will help you build your design in a better way. So let's try to make it here. Again, another thing which you want to focus on is to set your units in the beginning. Here on the right here you can set your units. Click on this. Let me choose centimeters for this assignment. So as soon as I choose centimeters, I have exited my sketch. In order to activate the sketch again, I will double click on my square and it will come back here. Notice how the units have changed automatically. So double click on this, and here I'm going to give it around maybe 100 centimeters, and this thing I want to give smart dimension, and click on this edge to give it roughly around 50. So it's 100 by 50 base in centimeters. Once I have the sketch ready, I can directly go to features, and I can click on this first feature, which is called boss base. This is the most basic feature in SolidWorks, which gives thickness to your sketch. So let me give a thickness of 20 centimeters here, and I'll make sure it is in the mid plane, so everything is centered around. You can see it's extruding both on both directions. So once it's in the mid plane, I have it like this, and just click OK. That's the first thing I should start with. That's the base. Now where I will attach the wheels. So you can see we are thinking as we are building. For attaching the wheels, I should have some holes here. So let's start building some holes here. So I'll click on this plane and click on sketch and choose the circle here. Once I'm trying to draw a circle here, I need to see this plane in front of me. So what I will do, I will press on spacebar and I will click on this option called normal to. The plane will come in front of me. Now let me try to, this is the benefit of using the origin. So now everything is in the center. I will just simply use the origin to go roughly around here and draw a circle. So let me give it a dimension of, let's say, so smart dimension here, and I will give it a dimension of around 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters. And let me do a feature. It's also good to give a dimension from the edge. So here I will give it around 10 centimeters from the edge, and that's it. So I'm happy with this, and then just go to features. Now we will use the second basic feature called extrude cut. So let's click on extrude cut, and this sketch is automatically taken. Now I cannot see. Let me orient my view like this, and then here let's cut it inside by 5 centimeters. So I have a hole here. This is the hole I will attach my wheel with, and I will make sure it's repeated all around. Okay.
The edges, please.
Okay, we have to do the same type of circle on this side also. So let me do it again. So in order to show it on this side, let me move my model to this side, and I click on this face, and then what I will do is I will click on sketch and again choose the circle. So this is a circle from the origin. I'll just give it I'll just draw a circle simply like this, and then just make sure my view is oriented so I can see it in front of me. Once I have it, I can click on smart dimension. This smart dimension, first dimension I should give is the size of the circle. So the size of the circle should be 5 centimeter, so everything is uniform. The second dimension I should give is the location, and usually you need 2 dimensions to define the location. So I will click on the origin and click on the side. You can see it's orange color is highlighted, which means this side is activated. So first click I made it here, the second click I will make it here, and here I have a dimension. So we gave it 5 centimeter for the one before, or 10 centimeters for the previous one. So let's give it 10 centimeters. And from the top, it's also good to give a dimension from the top. So let me give the second dimension. I'll click on this edge and click on my circle. The software will automatically catch this dimension. So just click here. I needed 10 to make it in the center, and then just click OK. And once I have it, I'll go back to features again and click on extrude cut, which will cut it inside by 5 centimeter also. So you can notice I'm trying to be uniform. This is 5 centimeters inside, and this is also should be 5 centimeters inside to make everything attached together perfectly. So let me give you an isometric view here. And okay, the next important feature which can save your life is a pattern feature. This is over here on the top. If I click on linear pattern, what it will help me is it will help me repeat a feature without making the sketch and everything again. So the first thing in the patterns feature is to give the direction. So here as a direction, I need this direction in this plane. So let me choose this edge to give it a direction. Which thing I want to make pattern. So in the features, I can click here, this location, and choose my feature, which is the extrude cut of this circle. You can see he's making another one after 1 centimeter, but I don't need after 1 centimeter. Maybe I need it at 90 centimeters or 80 centimeters, which is right across on this side. So now this will be repeated at 80 centimeters. If you want to have more wheels, you can see here, if I keep it 20, I can increase the number to be having 4 wheels. So it's totally up to you on how you make the wheels. Let's keep it 3 wheels and make them separated by 30 centimeters. Or I want to keep my model simple because we are running on Citrix, so to keep things easy. So I'll make it only 2. So it's 2 wheels repeated at 80 centimeters apart. I can also go ahead and in the selection of this, I can choose the other side. So both will be repeated together. You can see I did not need to make it even linear pattern repeat again. I can choose the both extrude cut and they will repeat at 80 centimeter by 2 times. and now this is all repeated. If you click OK, I'll have the holes all around my model, and here I will attach my wheels, and this is the base plate I have. Okay, that's how we will do the linear pattern. Now another thing I want in my base is to have a location where I can attach a fan. So let me choose this top face. So now I know I'm thinking ahead. I choose the top face, I'll choose a circle, and again I will make my view space bar and click on normal to. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to create some place where I can attach my fan. So let me make a circle here in the center exactly, give it a smart dimension of again let's say 5 centimeters. So 5 centimeters, and then here what I will go is go on features, extrude, and then this is just a shaft which I am making. So let's say by 10 centimeters I have a location. On top of this point I will make my fan attached. So this is how I am thinking ahead. So the fan hub, or the place where the blades of fan attach, is attached on this one. So it is going to be attached here. This is my attachment for fan. Let me show you the picture of my idea so you can have a good look at this again. Looking at my original idea, maybe this is the place where I will attach the fan. So here I have made this location before, so I don't have any problem in the future. So this is, I only made it to attach the fan. Again, there is another location here, if you can see my idea, to attach the arm. So let's try to make something like this where I can attach the arm. Okay, so what I will do is let's choose a position. Maybe I will choose this side. So let's click on this. I will click on sketch, and maybe click on square, and then here again I'm going to make a right angle to it so I can see it in front of me. So what I'm trying to make here is a location where I can attach my arm. So for this I need some good sketching. So I went to the center line and made a center line from the origin to here. This is just to keep everything in line. So this is a center line. Once I have the center line, what I will do is I will just simply go here and make two squares. So here is one square, and here is another square. So now again the next thing is giving a lot of dimensions. So I'll go to smart dimension and gives a dimension from here to here. Let's give it like 2.5 centimeters, and also give another dimension from this square to this square, 2.5. Let me zoom in so you can see clearly. And then this one, let me also make it, no, it's not this one. Let me also make this edge as, so let me go get smart dimension and choose this edge. Smart dimension somehow doesn't works. And this one, let me make it also 2.5, and this one 2.5. I have, and this edge should be, let's say again 5 centimeters. Oh yeah, let's make it 5 centimeters. Or this one also 5 centimeters. So what I have here is two squares, and then I will do is I will simply extrude them to make like a location for attaching arms. So features, extrude, and then let me extrude them by 10 centimeters and click OK. What I have here is two boxes. Now it's always good to make the sharp edges round. So what I'm going to do is show you another feature called fillet. So here in the fillet, go to features, go to fillet, click on the fillet, and then if I click this edge, I can make it round. So let me make it round by 2 centimeters. And here you can choose multiple edges to make fillet. So let me choose this edge, and this edge. Once I am happy, just click on OK, and your fillet command is done. So you can see I'm using basically boss extrude and the cut features to build on it, and then certain advanced features to add on it. Again, in order to attach our arm, there should be a hole here. So let's draw a hole on this face. Click on this face and click on sketch and choose a circle. you need to remember what dimensions you're giving. For example, I remember this was 5 centimeters. This was also 5 centimeter. Now this hole, I should also remember how much I am keeping it. So let's roughly take the center. So this is the center I am taking, and let's give it some dimensions. So I want you to remember and then remind me later on that I have given it 2.5 centimeters. And then let's give it a side dimension also, so it fixes in location. And that's it. Just use the features and go to features cut, and in the features cut I am actually cutting it in both of them. You can give enough dimension to give a cutting in both of them. So just click OK, and then here I have a hole. I think this is our base is ready for attachment of other components. Okay, once you're happy with your model, it's a very good idea to give it a color so things differentiate from each other. So I will right click on this location, and there is an option called appearance. Just click on appearance, and here it will give you option of changing color to any other color you like. So let's just give it a color of green from here, and then just click OK. I just give this color. Let me hide this panel. I'll just give it a color to differentiate it from the rest of components. So the color is there. Once you are happy with your model, you can go to file. You can go to file and you can click on save as. And here, if you're using SolidWorks from Citrix, you should go to your C drive here. So local C drive. Then you should go to your users. Then choose the username you have. For me, it is this one. So I'll just click on this. And then this is my desktop. So I'll click on desktop. And you remember we created a folder, practice robot assembly. So I will open this, and it is very important to name your parts correctly also. So I will just write it base and click OK, save button. And then it is saving in the folder which I have. So I'll just make sure that the part is inside this one. So I'll go to my folder, and just to show you that the path is here. Yes, good. So now we can simply close this one and open a new one. So I'll go to new part, click on this part, click OK. And now we are trying to model the tires. So tires should be simply easy. It's just a circle. So I'll just choose front plane, and you can just click on sketch, right click on the front plane and click on sketch here. This is a sketch icon. And here again, I will try to use origin. So I'll choose a circle because the tires should be circle. And then let's give it a dimension of bigger than my base plate thickness. So again, I forgot to change my units. So I'll click on this one and click on centimeters. And again, I have to edit my sketch. Right click on the sketch one and click on edit. It takes me inside the sketch. So let me give it a dimension bigger than the thickness of my base plate, which was 20 centimeters. This one, let's keep it 30. So I have a 30 centimeters of wheel, and then just go to features and extrude. Here I am extruding my wheel. Let me make it extrusion of also 20 centimeters. Okay, and then just click OK. So there I have a tire. You want to give it more complex or detail? We should. How we will attach this tire to the base? If you remember, we created hole inside the base, and it has a hole of 5 centimeters. So that hole should be reflected in your wheel as well. So for that, let's make a shaft at the back of the hole here. So I'll choose this face, right click on it and click on sketch. And then again, I will press the space bar and click on normal to, which will take me in front of this. And then here I should make a hole of 5 centimeters. So everything will attach together. So here I will make a circle, give it a smart dimension of 5 centimeters. You can see how we are thinking of linking everything together. This 5 centimeter, if you go to features and click on extrude, is a cylinder we are making to make this hole attach inside the location in the base. So 5 centimeter, this one will go in the 5 centimeter of that one. Click OK. That's the shaft ready. Good. And if I show you the isometric view, it looks like this. Now again, you can make your wheel attractive by designing some patterns here and here as you wish, but you can keep the part simple or you can keep the part complicated. So let me quickly run some features, and you can repeat them if you like it to make it more attractive. So I'll just click on this face, click on space bar, normal 2 to keep it in front of me. I'll go to sketch, make another hole here. So my wheel looks like a wheel. I'll give it a dimension of less than the previous one. So let's make it 20 this time. And then I'll just go to features, extrude cut. And just to show you, I'm cutting inside a little bit, not much. So let's say 5 centimeters and click OK. So there I have a cutting. It looks more like a wheel. Now the wheel usually has some patterns here. In order to generate pattern, I have to show you another feature. How can I sketch something and extrude on this one? It's slightly complicated. For that, you have to go to features, and if I show you that the front plane is here, the top plane is here. I need to have a plane above this so I can make a sketch on that and put it on this one. So for that, I have to go to features and go to something called reference geometry. Click on this and click on plane. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make another plane parallel to the top plane. So I'll go to first reference here and I'll go on this one, click on top plane. So if my first reference is top plane, if I increase this distance, you can see there's a plane being made above the top plane. So let me make it closer here. So if I see this view from this side, I'll make it closer, and that should be fine. This is 16, and if I make it 15, okay, 16 should be fine. And then just click OK. What I have here is a plane on top here, and on this plane I will draw a sketch which is like a pattern for the wheel. So I'll right click on the plane one and click on sketch and make my things normal, and then here you can draw any pattern. So let me make a simple vertical triangular pattern. So just make it like this, and this is just designing aesthetics. You can build as you like, as simple as you like, as complicated as you like. So I just made an arrow here, and then I'll just go to features, extrude, and I want to extrude this in other direction and up to surface. Which surface? This surface. So you can see my feature is being patterned to this face, and just click OK. And I have this thread here. You can make as you like it. So after I'm done, I will just hide my plane, right click on the plane one and click on these two glasses to hide it. And now I have a feature here. Now another, this was the explanation of plane feature. If you want to draw something off the top plane, this was the top plane, this was the plane which we created. Now if I want to repeat this feature all around the tire, there is another option here. Before we use linear pattern, now if I go click on this one, there is something called circular pattern. If I use circular pattern, I might be able to make this triangle arrow repeat around the tire. So for the circular pattern option, the first thing I have to give is the direction. So click on this location, and the circular direction should be this one. What feature I want to repeat, I will click on this and click on my arrow. So it will take this. It's repeating 3 times, so you can see it's repeating like this. So let me increase it more. Okay, that should be fine. 8 times I'm repeating, and just click OK. So here the feature has been repeated 8 times around the tire. I hope you understand the circular feature in this way. You can again try to give it a color so it looks like a tire. So I'll just right click here, click on appearance, click on my path name here, and here I can give it a dark appearance with like a gray color so it looks like a tire. Let me give it like this and click OK. So that's my tire. Now do you want to have some bolts here, some nuts here? It's up to you. You want to have some circular edge here? It's up to you. But for me this should be pretty enough, so I'll just go to file, save as, and I'll make sure it's in the same folder, and then just write it like the name, so it's tire for me. I'll click save. So that's the second part which is ready for me. I want you to see where is the fan attached. So the fan is attached to this shaft, but the fan does not has 2 components. One is these blades which are attached here, and one is this hub on which the blades is attached. So this is not one part. This is one hub, which is one part, and then this is blades, which is another part. So I'm going to show you how to build hub and how to build path. Here we will explore revolve command, and here we will explore loft command. So let me show you. We'll go to new path, and then the hub. Again, I want you to remember how much was the size of the fan attachment on the base, and then that is what we will use here. For making the hub, which we are going to use is something called revolve. This is the revolve command. Revolve command is revolving a sketch in a certain axis. So let me show you that. If you click on, let's choose the front plane, right click and sketch. I'm going to make a half cut of the hub and then revolve it around to make it like a glass. So for that, the sketching can be tricky. So let me sketch a line here. This is a line, and I will change the dimensions to centimeters, and then again this line should be, edit the sketch, this line, let's make it around 40 centimeters. It's a big line. Then I will make like a square here, and this is the shaft, and then I'll make a hub location here and here, and that's it. So again, a smart dimension, just follow along me and you will know what I'm doing. So this dimension I will give it 2.5. Why? This is very important. Why this edge is 2.5? Because after rotation it will become 5 centimeter. You will know now. So again, this dimension, let's keep it maybe no 10, that should be fine. This dimension is important, so let's keep it 15. And here you can attach this to by using spline. So I'm using spline, which is this command, spline. It's like a twisted line. I can make it like this. Okay, good. So if I, this is a sketch if you want to use revolve feature. If I go to features and click on revolve, it is asking me, this is the sketch for revolving, but where is the axis of revolution? I click on this, and if I click this, you can see the whole part is rotated around it to make it a hub. In the same way, you can make a glass. In the same way, you can make pipes and anything which you like. But you can see the sketching of revolve is a little bit tricky. I made it 2.5 so that when it revolves, it will become 5 centimeters. So if I'm happy with this, just click OK. And here is my hub where I will attach the blades. Now, where you can attach the blades, again, for attachment of blades, you need to have a hole here. So let us choose a plane. So for example, if I choose, I want to make a hole on the side of this revolve. For that, again, I cannot draw on front plane because you can see front plane is in the middle of it. Again, what I will do is I will go to features, and I will go to reference geometry and create a plane, just like we did before in the tires. So my first reference should be front plane because I want to make another plane parallel to front plane. This should be fine. Click OK. Once I have this plane here, I will click on this plane and click on sketch, choose the circle because now I want to make a hole. Press the space bar and click normal to and come in front of it. Now I want to make a hole here where I can attach my blades. So let me make a hole here, and let's assume the blade attachment is also 5 centimeter. Okay, click this, and then it's good to give a dimension of this circle so we are in the right location. So let me give it 24. Okay, once you are happy with it, just exit the sketch, and what I'm going to do is cut this circle inside this hub. So if I show you features and extrude cut and choose this sketch, it is cutting in this direction. Is it cutting inside the hub? No. So we will increase this centimeters to go a little bit more deep until it reach inside the hub. Now it is well inside the hub, and this should be cutting the hub inside perfectly. So once I'm happy with this, just click OK. Okay, you can see now that we have made a hole here in the hub. I no longer need to see the plane, so I'll just right click on this and hide. Again, if I want to repeat this hole 3 times around this hub, I will use the option called circular pattern here. So go to circular pattern, and which feature you want to pattern. I want to pattern this cut, and what is the direction of rotation? The direction of rotation is this circle or this circle. You can choose any circle. So this circle, and now he's making 8 repetitions. I want it not more than 3 blades, so let's make it 3. Okay, or let's keep it 4. I have the 4 locations where I can attach the blade. Just click OK, and here I have the 4 locations of the blade. We Okay, in order to again differentiate it, I'll just make it different color from here. Appearance, click on the path, and let's choose a red color for this one, and just click OK. uh, we have it here in the red color. So once it's ready, I'll save it as my hub. So hub is usually something on which the fan blades are attached. Once I'm happy with hub, we will go and ready to make the next part, which is the blade. So let's make a blade using a new part. So I'll go to new, click on path, and here I'm going to show you how to make blade using loft command. I will be a little bit quick from now on because we are running out of time. So let me show you quickly how to make the blades. So for the blades, first thing I will do is I click on front plane and go to sketch, choose the circle. This circle should be the same size as I made the hole in the hub where the blade is going to attach. So if I remember, it was 5 centimeters. So let me change the units to centimeters, click on my sketch, edit again, go to smart dimension, and give it a 5 centimeters size. And once I'm happy, just click on extrude. This is a cylinder which I want to make. Let me make it 10 centimeters here. Good. Okay, now in order to use the loft command, so loft command is here. Loft command means joining different sketches into one, and these sketches can be different sizes or different shapes, it doesn't matter. So in order to create the loft command, you need to have certain planes. So let's go ahead and create some planes first. So I'll go to reference geometry and click on plane. I need to create multiple planes. So for my first reference, I will give it front plane. This is creating only one plane. But if I choose here number 2 here, I can make 2 multiple planes. I want them to be 20 centimeters apart or maybe more. Let's make it 30 so the blade is a little bit longer. So you can see I'm creating 2 planes after the cylinder, after the front plane. If I click on 3, it will make 3, 4, 5 as you like. So let's stick with 2 now and click OK. I have plane 1 and plane 2. What I will do is I will make a sketch here and make another sketch here and then join them together with this circle. So let me show you by sketching my first thing on the plane 1. Right click on plane 1 and click on sketch. Here I can make my view normal to the plane 1. We are actually sketching on plane 1 but it says plane 2 because we cannot see it directly. So I'll choose this ellipse feature. What ellipse feature is doing is making like an ellipse. So I'll click on this and make it like an ellipse shape. So that should be fine. If I want to show you the top view, I'm making it on plane 1. Again I will make this. I'm happy with this sketch, so you exit, right click on plane 2 and click on sketch again. Now you can make another ellipse on plane 2. I will make it normal too. Now we are sketching on plane 2. Choose the ellipse and let's make a smaller ellipse this time. So let me make a smaller one like this and exit the sketch. You can see what we did just now is we created a smaller ellipse on plane 2 and a bigger ellipse on plane 1, and my idea is to join them to make it look like a blade. How I will do it? I will go to this feature called loft. In the loft, I can choose sketch, this one, and then again this sketch. You can see they are joining, and then you can also choose an existing edge or feature. So I'll choose this one and it will join here. And if you are happy, just click OK, and you can see that it has created something look like a blade, I hope. And you can always draw more planes to make it longer, to make it shorter, as you like it. So once I'm happy, I don't no longer need to see the plane, or let's keep it for now so you can see it for your reference how we made it. And then just let's give it a color. Right click on this and click on appearance, click on part 9, and here let's give it a color yellow and click OK. So this is how I made the blade using loft command simply. And I just made sure my shaft here has 5 centimeter diameter so I can attach it with the hub. So let's save it again in the same folder called blade. So this is the blade part. and we are happy with it. Yes, the blade part is done. The next part here is simply just an arm, which is just like a square and a lever. So I'll click on part new. The arm is which part? Arm is the part which is this one, and it's attached to this one. And the arm is just simply a square arm. So what I will do is just click on front plane, right click, sketch. I'll just make a rectangle here and give it change my dimensions to centimeters. And what I will do is I will give it smart dimension for this one. Let's say the length of arm is around 25 centimeters, and the width of arm, let's say it's around 5 centimeters, or let's say 2.5. And then just click on features, extrude, and then I can extrude it again to 2.5 centimeters. Once I have it, it's simply it's a simple arm. And then on the top of this, I can sketch another square, and this square, if I see it in front of me, I want to catch the middle of the square, and then I'll draw it like this, and click on features, extrude, and this is just another 2 centimeter square. So I just made a square on the top of another square to make it look like an arm. But the important thing here is how this arm is going to be attached with my base. My base had a hole here where I can attach. So if I want to show you the reference, we made a hole here where we can attach the arm. So let's try to make this hole. I hope that hole was 5 centimeter. I can't remember right now. So we can always go back to our file and try to open and see how much hole size did I make in my base. So I'll open it here. It will take some time. So if I can go here and check what is the size of this hole, it was 2.5 centimeter. And I can make my hole 2.5 centimeter in the arm. So I'll just close this one, go back to my arm and click on this edge, click on sketch and click on circle, and then make my view normal to this face, and then I'll just make a hole roughly in the center of this around dimension of 2.5. Okay, did you see the issue? The 2.5 is actually the whole width of it, so we will fix it now. So let me make it 2.5 and exit. And the previous sketch which I made here, I need to increase it. So I just went to, how did I make the previous sketch editing? I will go open my boss extrude and right click on my sketch one, click on edit. And here, if you remember, I give it 2.5. I need to increase it to 5 centimeter. So my 2.5 hole can come in. I made it 5 centimeter and exit. Now the hole is coming in nicely, but I need to position it properly. So I'll click on sketch 3, edit, and make it normal too. And here my hole, let's give it a distance from here to here of around, again, 2.5. And it's nicely in the center. So just click on features, extrude cut. It should cut the hole inside this lever and click OK. Now in order to make things smooth, it didn't cut it inside fully. We need to give it a little bit more cutting depth. So right click on extrude cut, edit the feature and increase it by 1 more centimeters to check if it is cutting fully. Yes, good. Now in order to make things smooth, you can always have fillets here. So I'll just click on fillet and choose this edge, and I will choose this edge, give it a fillet radius of 2 centimeters, and just click OK. So here my arm is ready. So this arm is going to be attached with the position on the base. So this is the last part I have, so I'll keep it in the original color. Just click on save, and here save it as arm. Click OK, save. And now we are ready to move ahead and assemble everything together. I hope everything will come out nicely, because always in assembly you can edit the parts, that's no issue. So click on file, new. This time we will click on assembly. So your question, coming back to your question, how we will join together, we will go to assembly mode and click OK. Once you are in the assembly mode, you need to import the first part. The first part is usually the part you want it to be fixed. So I will go to browse and I will choose my base because everything is fixed on the base. I will choose the base and click open. The base is in here, and I have once you click on the base, it will take some time for the part to come in, and now you can position it by clicking your mouse. So once you're happy, just click and it will fix its position. That's the first part I bring. Again, the second part I can bring by clicking on this option. Now you can see there is assembly mode here. You can click on insert components. You can click on browse. In the browse, you can click on the next component. Let's bring out the tire, the second component which we bring. So tire, click on this and click open. Once you click on this, and the tire part should come out on your mouse cursor. So now it's on my mouse cursor. Just position it roughly in the position you want. So I want it around here. Click here. Now how do I join this with this? We need to use a feature called mate. Mate means joining two things together. Now mates can be tricky. Giving the mates means how you want your part to have motion. So if I want to give a mate to this and this, I need to be careful that the part is moving as it is in function 4. So I will click on the mate option and he will give me several options. What do you want the two features to join? So the first thing I want them to join is this face with this face of the tire. So it's just a lot of scrolling you have to do. So if you click on this too, you can see they are joined together. If I show you from the side view, they are joined, but they are not concentric to each other. So they're just joining. You will click on OK. That's the first mate. Usually to define the position of a part, you need to have minimum 2 mates. So the first mate we gave it, it is just keeping those two in line with each other. Now, how to bring this part in circle and this circle concentric to each other? You will click on this face. So we are still in the mate command. You will click on this selection window and choose this circular edge. So this circular edge, I want it concentric with the circular shaft. So you will click, the second thing is this. You will see both of them will come in concentric to each other, and the software has already chosen concentric mate here. If you are happy, just click OK, and your tire is mated to this position, and then just click OK. Now we have joined the one tire with this one. We are happy with this. The second feature which I want to bring, now in the same way you can bring another tire here and another tire here and another tire here as you like it. Now the second feature which I want to bring here, next to this one is the hub here. So click on insert components and click on browse and click on the hub on which the blades attach. So click on hub, click open. It's just the repetition on how I am bringing the parts. So the hub will come on my mouse cursor after some time, and then once it's here, just place it here. In the same way, we will give it 2 mates to join them. First mate is to touch the faces. So I'll click on mate, and here in this selection, first I will choose the face on the hub here. So it's difficult to scroll sometimes. So I'll choose this face, and the next face I want is this. So you can see they are joined together. If I show you the front view, they are joined together. Click OK. The next mate which you want to give is the circular mate. So I'll give this mate and this. So both are now concentric. If you click OK, they are joined together, and close the mate option. You can see I had to think in advance in order to make my mates function properly. I made this 5 centimeter and this 5 centimeter, so they go inside. I make this 5 centimeter and this 5 centimeter, so they touch together nicely. So that's how I bring it. Okay, now the next thing I want to bring is insert component, browse, and that's the blade which I will bring. Click open, and the blade should be joined with the hub. Now I need how many blades? I have made 4 holes here. So first let's bring the first blade here. The first blade came out like this. If you don't like its rotation, if you click here, now it's the same type of mate here. So I'll just click on mate and choose the 2 faces first. So I'll choose this face, and I will choose this face of the blade, and they are in line. Click OK. The next mate I have to give is the circular edge here and the circular edge here. Once I have them, they will join together. Click OK and close it. So now my one of the blade is there. Now how do I bring the arm here? It's the same feature. Click on mate and click on the click on insert components, click on browse, and here I will choose the arm. So click open. The arm should come here. So I'm just repeating the same command so you can get it nicely, and it's revised for you. So once the arm is here, what if the arm position is not what you like? So before clicking the first click, you can make a right click here and you can rotate it as you like. I can rotate it in X multiple times. I can rotate it in Y multiple times. I can rotate it in Z also multiple times. So once you are happy with the position, just click, and then again I need to give mates here, but this time it's going to be an advanced mate. I'll show you how. First mate I will give is this circular edge, and this circular edge should be the same. So click on mate, and I want this circular edge and this circular edge to be concentric. You can choose any one from this or this. So just click OK. Now the next mate I want to give is to make this thing bring inside this one. How I will do it? I will click on this face and I will click on the inside face here, and you will see they are now touching. Now they are in touching. If you are happy, you want it like this to be in touching, it's okay. If you want it to make it in the middle, you have to go down here, and there is an option here to give distance. If you click on this distance option, you will see that it has gone back to the same distance. Now I need to reduce my distance to maybe 1.25 centimeters, and now it's roughly in the center, because I remember this was 5 centimeter. This edge should be 1.25. Now my default unit system is inches. Let me change it back to centimeters here, and I should be able to see it after it's updating. So click OK. Now 2.5 centimeter is here between this one. I gave a distance made. Why I give a distance made? Because now if I give a distance, it will not move. It will stay with the distance. If I did not give distance, this edge will touch with this edge. Maybe sometimes you want that, sometimes you want to give distance. So that's how I give the distance made. Now once my arm is here, I want to show you another advanced feature in assembly, which is components pattern. How can I make this pattern repeat around? Just like we use in the path features circular pattern, we can pattern the components also. So if you do that, it will help also, because you don't have to repeat the mates. So for that, go to assembly, go to here linear components, and click on circular component pattern, circular component pattern. Click on this one. It means which component you want to pattern. Just click on this one and choose the blade. Okay, it's asks you how many times you want to repeat, and here he asks you which direction you want it to rotate. So for the direction, I will choose this edge. Now it's repeating 2 times. We have actually created 4 holes, so I will make it 4, and now you can see the blade is repeated in 4 times. Once you are happy, just click on OK, and now my blades are nicely repeated in 4 components, and the mates are also repeated along with the component. This is the best thing about component pattern, because now if I try to rotate this blade by this angle, you can see all of them are rotating, and it helps you in making animation properly. Because we did not define any mate to lock its position in this direction, so that's why it's moving. So this rotation is happening because all of them are repeated. That's the beauty of component pattern. In the same way, I can repeat this component here. So I'll just click on linear component pattern this time, and direction of my component pattern is this, and the components which I want to pattern is this, and how many components I want only 1, but this should be distance the same as the previous distance we give. I will give it 80, and it should come nicely in this hole. There is no harm, there's no component there, so we just repeat it like this and click OK, and that's the component repeated here. If I want to bring another component here, we can also do that. So just click on insert components, and here browse, and click on tire, click open. Now my tire will come in another direction, so I have to adjust its direction before putting it. So you can see my shaft is pointing the other direction. So I'll just right click, rotate it in Y, and then it's still not in the direction I want. Rotate it in Y again. This is the direction I want, so I'll just click it here. Once the part is in position, I'll go to mate. It's the same mate which we repeated before. The first mate I will give is the two faces to touch. So this face and this face. Once they are touching, you're happy, click OK. Now the second mate I want to give is this circular edge and the circular edge of the base here. And once they are in touch with each other, concentric, just click OK. And we have brought our tire, the third tire here. Now in order to repeat it in this way, you just need to click on linear component pattern, choose the direction as this, and choose the component as this. Now you can see it's going to other direction. I will change the direction by clicking this arrow, reverse direction, and the distance was 80 as I made it in the base. So I need to remember um, uh, and whether I give 80 or 70. So that's 80. Click OK. And yes, your question. If you do the components pattern, their mates are also repeated. I will show you how. If I try to rotate this tire, you can see the other tire is rotating, but the tires on the other side are not repeating because the component pattern for that is different. And if I try to rotate this tire, it is also rotating. So maybe your function is you want a different rotation. This one rotating this way and this one rotating the other way. That's why I made it different component pattern. Okay, once I'm happy. Okay, one last feature before we move on to motion is advanced mates. So if I want to show you the front view here, this one is the arm which should go up and down. But if I show you, it can go up down fully like this and touch the blade. Maybe I don't want it to go this much up, or maybe I don't want to make it down this much that it will go inside the base or tire. And maybe my rotation for this one should be only from this angle to this angle. How do I fix that? For that, you have to give advanced mate. How do I give advanced mate? I'll show you now. So go to mate option, and then in the mate option, if you click on this one, I want an angle between this edge and this edge. Now the software is choosing the mate as parallel. I don't want it parallel. I want it to give it an angle. So if I click on advanced mate here, this option, open this one, I have here an option of giving the angle. So if I click on angle, this is now 34 degree. If I change my angle to 90 degree, this is looking like this. Do you want 90 degree? No. Do you want 0 degrees? Maybe yes, maybe no. Or maybe you want to make it more. So maybe I want my angle to be minus 45, which should be, 45, like this, which is here. So what I will do is I will keep my angle between 45 and between 70 degree. So no, not 70. I'll give it in another direction, flip dimension. Okay, I'll give it 0 degrees and give it 45 degrees. So it will move only between 0 and 45 degrees. So the lower I want is 40. Let me adjust that. And the higher I want is 45. If you click OK with this type of mate, what I did is I give it a higher and lower limit. So let me try to test my mate. I'll move it up. It's not going up. Even if I move my mouse, it's not going up from this. If I try to bring it down, it's not going down more than this one. And it's fixed at this point. So this is the advanced mate I gave to make sure that the rotation does not collapse with my previous bodies. Okay, I hope you understand the type of mates and the pattern of components we did here. Once you are happy with your assembly, you will have to go to File and click on Save. So saving is the most important thing. Save as, and make sure you save your components in the same folder. So now I am in the same folder, Practice Robot Assembly. The assembly is taken as a different file name. So I'll just write it here, robot for fan. Let me write it like this, assembly. So that's my name. Just click save. So my assembly part is saved. I have to just go back and make sure that all the parts are saved within the same folder before going on to the motion. So let me go back to my folder on the desktop, which is here. Double click on this one to open, and just make sure arm, base, blade, hub, tire, and the assembly, all things are here. Once I'm happy with this, I can go to SolidWorks motion study, and the motion study is pretty simple. um, we actually have to just go to this option here, motion study, click on this, and here in the motion study you can go to settings. It's just like a video editor. So the first thing which I want you to simulate in the motion maybe is rotation of this fan. So what I will do, there is option here called motor. If I click on motor, it will ask you component motor location. Motor location is this. Okay, which direction you want the motor to rotate. So here I will choose any circular edge, maybe this one. And once I'm happy with this, it's okay. And then here it asks you relative to which component you want motion. So I have to choose something static. So let me choose this. And here it will ask me constant speed or what. So let me give it like a 7 RPM motion, and then just click OK. And if you want to test it, did we give it properly, you can just click on play button here and see if it is rotating. Yes, it's rotating. Good. And from this point to 5 seconds, it will rotate this motor. Now maybe after 5 seconds you want this arm to move up and down. You can do it manually also. So what I will do is I will go here, click increase my cursor to 6 and 7 seconds, and then move it down a little bit. And again, I will move it 2 more seconds and move it a little bit more down by my mouse simply. And then maybe move it 2 more seconds and move it back up. Okay, now see how this will make the motion. So it's like creating a video. You're creating step by step. So if I click on play, first it will rotate the fan. After 5 seconds, it should move the arm also. So now you can see it's moving the arm slowly, and it will move it back up. So that's the two things which we did just now. And maybe after this you want the robot to start moving its wheels. So after 10 seconds you can also define the motor again. So click on motor, click on the component which you want to rotate. So this is the component. Now if we select this motor to rotate, I believe this should also rotate because these are just component pattern relative to this one. And then give it a speed of again maybe 7 RPM, and then just click OK. And let's see if both of them rotate together. Let's see that. And if I click on play, we will see on this one, and here it should start to give it a motor rotation after 10 seconds. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work because two motions are collapsing. So okay, let me record it. Okay, now there are many other features which you can define to do an actual motion study, because this should be there is option to add spring. There is an option to add contact simulation, which means two contacts will simulate based on how you define the mates. There is option to add gravity, so anything which will fall from the gravity to the part. But for your design projects, mainly I would say rely on manual motions. So use the cursor to move forward and then define a motion by yourself. So I can rotate the two things as by my mouse cursor, and then again define it like this and rotate it a little bit more. So that's how you can define a motion of your tire manually once you're happy. And you can also zoom in and zoom out of your views to define them. Like in the same way we define the arm, move it down and then increase the cursor, move it further down and increase the cursor. That's how we do it. Okay. And now in order to generate the video from it, you have to create this, click on this button, save animation. If you click on this, it will ask you which type you want it, AVI format or this one. So AVI is the video format, and then just choose the video properties and click on save. And it will take some time to record the video and heavy simulation. If you struggle to save the video because you're running SolidWorks on Citrix, I would recommend to take a a screen recording of this one when it is rotating or when it is doing the motion. We are Thank you for attending the tutorial on SolidWorks Advanced Modeling, Assembly and Motion. And I will save this video and make it available for you for your future reference. And thank you for your time.